Hi guys, welcome to part 3 of Blue Therapy
Reaction. No.
Yes.
Do it again.
Oh.
Welcome back. We're about to.
Katchup.
Okay, you do it.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Katchup. This is part 3 of our reaction to Blue Therapy sessions.
Yes.
Episode 3, titled "My Girl is Too Loud for My Ghanaian Parents." Let's go.
Obviously, you know, when things get a little bit heated, it's always very difficult, but thank you for coming back in. Now, I just want to go back. I've written in my notes here. Can I find out a little bit more about your family history?
Certainly. So, I've got 3 sisters. My mother and father, obviously, I live with them. I've been brought up by very, very strong women, so dealing with Deborah's not a problem at all. I believe she's actually a strong woman. That's part of the reason why I got with her. Obviously, I'm Ghanaian as well. I'm really traditional, but there is some modifications because obviously I was born and brought up in London, so.
Has Deborah met your family?
He's such an articulate young man.
Jamal?
Not yet.
And why is that, Jamal?
We've had this discussion before, so I feel with Deborah because she's just very loud, I should say. There's times where
Loud.
Yeah, loud. I feel like there's moments of times where you kind of have to balance the two. You need to know your place in terms of being loud and then being quiet. And I feel like at this current moment of time, I don't think she'll not exactly clash per se with my parents or my family. But I feel like there's things that she kind of has to show.
But what are you worried about?
I just want to make sure that she gets it right. I feel like my family mean a lot to me.
And mine don't, because you've met my family. Jamal has met my family. He met my family, I'll say like.
See how she just like.
I don't really understand.
Cut him off.
He seems to be really particular about his family. Like, we all have family.
Yeah, I get that.
You've met my family, and if you're trying to take me seriously, then I'm not really understanding
Let me reassure you something.
why.
Yeah. Understand this. This is my 4th relationship. I don't want it to go even further. So I want to make sure that when you come and see my family, it's prim and proper. I'm not here to be dibble dabble, bringing you girls here.
We've been together for a year.
Yeah.
Surely I should have met your family by now.
So,
Not being
tomorrow
funny,
can end.
but Jamal has never seen me in a situation whereby I have to calm myself or like in a situation with a parent or a family member. So I'm not really sure where he's getting.
So let
the
him
fact
see you
I'm
in
gonna
that
be, like,
situation, in that light, then,
disrespectful.
no?
I 100% think he's
Let him see you in
So
that
how's he
light,
gonna
then.
see her if
I
he's
don't know
not
why he doesn't wanna
presenting
bring me
her
around
to
his
them?
family, but it's definitely
No, they can.
Is this a problem?
There's other places where she can
100%.
showcase
It
that.
makes me feel
I don't know.
he's, okay, not serious and trying to keep me away from his family. Like, everyone's family is important to them, and that's why, because I knew that, you know, Jamel's the guy for me.
Once he bought her that Gucci bag, she knew.
Made sure that he met my parents 3 months in, but for me, for us to be together a year, like coming up to a year.
This
and a
is your
month now,
first
which I've
relationship.
not
You're
met
the-
his
he's probably the
family, I
first
think that's
man-
quite ridiculous.
He's probably the first man you've introduced to your parents as this is my guy, you know, I'm in love with him, whatever. He's just said you're his 4th relationship.
So he's had
That
like 3.
Clearly, at least those 3 other people have met his parents
yeah.
and they've fallen through the cracks and they're no longer present. He doesn't want the embarrassment and, you know, just time wasting. He wants to make sure that this thing is legit.
Legit.
And
This is-
the last, you're gonna basically, if you're the person for me, you're gonna be the last person I introduce to my parents.
Yeah,
And you'll
so-
end up being my wife.
Yeah.
But she's not
Simple.
understanding that. Or maybe he
Because she's
hasn't
because-
relayed that to her.
He just did there. And it still didn't sink in.
No, she didn't hear that. How I've said it is maybe how he could have said it.
But he pretty much said what you said.
No,
he said
not in so many words.
He said, "This is my 4th relationship." He goes, "Let me assure you about something. This is my 4th relationship. I want to make sure that this is 30. He didn't say that, but I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Before I take you to them, what's there not to understand?
She's just hearing she's not being, he doesn't love her as much as maybe he claims to love her. They've been a year. To her, a year is a long time. Maybe we don't know the length of his other relationships. This is she's, clearly young. A year seems like a lifetime to her. So it's like, what? And then comparing that she introduced him to her parents at 3 months.
Yeah, but they clearly come from two different parenting
Backgrounds.
And
backgrounds.
on top of that, for him to say that because I'm loud, that's got nothing to do with it. You haven't even tried or seen me in that setting to prejudge and now say that because I'm loud, I can't meet your family.
Wait, but I know you. Like, don't make it seem like I'm not like some random boy from your past or whatever. Like, I know you. Oh yeah, you know us Ghanaians and Nigerians, like, obviously Nigerians are a bit loud. Well, Deborah is loud personally, so how my parents might take to her is a bit, I don't know. I don't know how she'll actually act in front of my parents, but would my parents take to the fact that she's so loud? I think not.
I know how to be respectful with parents. Do I scream and shout in front of my parents disrespectfully?
But that's your parents.
Okay, I don't want you to ask that question because I'm going to get annoyed.
Jamal, have your parents questioned whether you have a girlfriend, or have they asked any questions?
A couple questions here and there, but I kind of,
And what have you said?
I've not played it down. I said I'm seeing someone.
Okay.
Yeah, so they know somebody's there, but like,
So now we're seeing each other now.
gosh, let's.
Oh.
See, look at the childishness
Wow.
on display, full
That's
display.
interesting
Is there
to
another?
hear.
Is there another reason as to why you might not want to be introducing?
I think he's
Deborah
got
to
loads of
family?
reasons
I just
why.
want to make sure I'm
He's
getting
just
it
not
right,
saying.
if I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, this is my fourth relationship.
That's what I said.
Hoping for it to be my last. Like, I do see a great future between myself and Deborah. Like, it's not it's not a me and you. It's more like a we thing.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Can you accept that?
No, I don't feel like it's right for you to have met my family and for me to not.
This is not a
It's not his
competition.
fault that you decided
that
to
actually
show
makes
him
it feel quite-
to your
Early,
parents
exactly.
early.
Tell
And
me
this
right
is
now.
not competition,
Yeah.
though.
Are you the same background? Family.
Exactly.
Etc.
I mean, we're both African. I'm Nigerian.
Oh my God, she's Nigerian.
Yeah, that's why he was making that comment.
I didn't clock that.
Okay.
Oh my God, my sister, you're letting us down. I'm sorry.
I don't think that should be a problem. Like, it doesn't make a
Yeah, you
difference.
may not feel like that, but
God,
let
yes.
me be honest with you. Yeah, with my parents, like, they're the type of parents that they would expect me to be with another Ghanaian girl. However, their choice is not my choices.
Yeah, and that's more reason why I should meet them earlier so that they're prepared to meet a Nigerian babe.
And I get that, but still, I still.
Just please stop calling yourself that.
So I can't just leave
She's
that
not
to my-
repping this
So when
right.
am I going to meet them?
Which family do you want to meet first?
Okay, that's childish. It's not that deep.
Which family?
Just meet your
Trying to
family.
meet you first.
I don't understand.
I think maybe he's got a big
Maybe
family.
We'll
I
come
don't know.
back to that another time. But if you want to talk about it again at any time,
I don't want to talk about it. It's very irritating for me to speak about
Very
because it doesn't make sense. It's not making sense right now.
Your guy's back.
Chief Paul.
She's begging
Thank
me
you
to
for
come
coming
back.
in. Let me just
Uncle
explain
Paul.
that, these first therapy sessions, it's a lot to take in. There's a lot of emotion involved. Please don't
The
feel
dawn.
that was an unusual scenario. This kind of thing happens all the time.
It's okay. Right?
Man looks like he's sulking.
I said it
Yes,
from the
okay.
get-go, this whole idea is bullcrap. Now with Denise herself, like what? If we kind of check the credentials, which I'm sure when Tremor was booking the session, she didn't do, like, how do we even know she is the right person for the therapy anyway? This is not going to work. This is actually making the situation worse. Like, it's a hot mess.
Going back to a little bit earlier, the social platform that you're on, do you trust her when she's out? I think is probably the best
course.
way to ask the question.
Of course.
Right. So if you both trust each other, there shouldn't really be an issue with what's going on outside.
Exactly.
Ideally, there shouldn't be.
They don't trust each
Does
other.
make you feel uncomfortable? Okay. Is there anything you'd like to talk?
No, he's going to come back. So why
Yeah.
bother
If I
coming
could
back
just
then?
get to the end of my sentence.
I know what you was going to say.
Yeah. What was I going to say?
Him? discussion. He's going to listen to you.
He's gonna listen to you.
Is there anything that you'd like to discuss with Shoma regarding a relationship?
No.
Okay, well, I have something I'd like to bring up.
Yeah, go.
And obviously, I don't mean to trigger you again,
Mm-hmm.
but we're here to kind of discuss our issues. And I want to put it out there. It's a sensitive topic. It's his family. It's his sister, basically.
Man said,
His sister. For me,
oh my gosh.
I don't want to be rude about it. I just want to get it out because at the end of the day, he doesn't see my point when it comes to this. But poor sister doesn't like me. And I say this because she always has something to say about me. Every time, she sees me, this is someone that knows me off the platform. For example, this is someone that says I don't know how to look after kids. But every given opportunity, she dumps her kids on me. And I'm not using the word dump loosely. She literally just gives me her kids anytime she wants to go out. And he sees it as experience, but to me, it's more of her trying to make me her babysitter. So you don't like me, but you're constantly giving me your children. You think I'm a bad mum or I don't know how to be a mum, but you are forever asking me to babysit your kids. How does that make any sense? How are you sure I'm not out here poisoning them or pinching them and slapping them when you're not around? For me, a mum knows that, okay, my child's happiness is my priority. I don't think she understands that. I don't think she gets that.
Do you both come from an equal number of family members, or is it very different? I mean, Paul,
Roughly.
what's your background in family?
It's irrelevant.
Well, it might give us all a bit more understanding.
What's going to give us an understanding is she has a problem with my sister, and I'm just finding that out now. Trauma's bringing up my sister randomly. Like, this really doesn't make sense when in real life at home that's not the case. When my sister's around, everyone's kiki and laughing up at her, and then now we're here because we're in therapy. All of a sudden, she's now an enemy. Like, it just let's make it make sense. Like, that's very, very playful. And I feel like Trauma's not being practical right now. Like, it's just a messed up situation. Everything's all wrong and it's just negative. Like, there's no positivity in a whole therapy session. There's not one positive thing.
I said that earlier.
On the recent issue.
But he's not saying anything positive either. He can be the big person.
He's
You
been
can
on,
change the direction of a topic or the mood of the topic.
he's been feeling attacked the whole time. I guess. Like, I don't speak for Paul.
Yes. Don't
Late.
self-reflect on
And he
whether
decided to
it
block
is.
me. He has this program that he does, I think Moderation TV, and what they do is they kind of do like a take me out sort of vibe. I don't know if you know the show. So he's always on stage, and girls or guys have the opportunity to say whether they, shoot their shot basically at a guy that they kind of fancy. Now, Jamel is on stage because that's his show, but what I realised is that in listening to the show, because he doesn't know that I actually knew that he blocked me because I was with my friends. It's quite of a tricky situation, but anyways, I heard the conversation, and I heard that fellow members of his team who had girlfriends, if a girl wanted to speak to them, they'll say, okay, he's out of bounds. So the conversation shut down. But Jamel, on the other hand, he doesn't do that. And so girls will be speaking to him. I know you're saying Clubhouse and I don't care. Girls are still speaking to you and you're entertaining it. I don't like that. And that's something that does make me feel insecure. I'm so sorry I keep bringing up this Clubhouse app, but Jamel blocking me on this platform that he's in love with is absolutely ridiculous, dodgy. Like, I don't understand what he's doing on there.
He's trying to get away from you.
Blocking me is outrageous.
That's his escape from you.
Oh god.
Fixated on Clubhouse.
Yeah, because you love the app so much.
Denise, okay, with Moderation TV, there's someone called Jamal, and I'm Jamal. So I feel like she's muddling up the two names.
No, I'm not. I know your voice.
Babe, please. And me blocking her is just because she wants to be so in my social media activity. I feel like I just need the time and
No,
space.
blocking me
Privacy.
is dodgy. Blocking me is dodgy behaviour. That's dodgy behaviour.
Don't you feel like you're projecting your insecurities?
No, that's dodgy behaviour. Don't block me on social media. That's strange. Another example, then, seen
How's
as
that?
we
No, you don't
were
think
out,
that's strange?
on a day.
You know him in real
Jamal
life.
decided to go to the toilet, but he decided to stop and speak to a young lady who, till this day, I don't actually know who she is. And when he came back to the table, I actually asked him, like, okay, what was that conversation about? And he kind of just like brushed it off like it was nothing. But the guy, you were actually gone for 10 minutes, leaving me there. You were speaking to a female. Like, how do you think that makes me feel?
How did you know it was a female?
I could see.
Oh, God.
I could see. Once he tried to duck and dive behind the waiter, I
Duck and dive.
actually saw.
First of all, I'm not shady. And I told her when I came back.
You do shady things. I didn't say you're shady. I said you do shady things.
Okay, cool. It was an old client, and we were just catching up. It wasn't 10 minutes, it was pretty much 3 minutes. We spoke about her weightless journey and how she's keeping.
Okay, so why is it that you can tell me but you can't tell me when I asked you at the restaurant?
Because we're at a date. Like, let's focus on us.
No. When I ask you a question, I'd like for you to answer, please.
Yeah, but I didn't want to spoil the mood. I wanted to focus on
Okay,
us.
but that spoiled the mood because you didn't answer. You didn't answer when I asked you what you guys were talking about.
Oh, my relationship with my clientele, it's important to me, it's important to them. I have to bond with them more than just a PT. Like, I was like their therapist, but it's Deborah. Deborah being Deborah. Just forget about it.
Jamal, are you aware?
He's tired.
He's tired, man.
Insecure with these different situations.
I don't. Do you blame
This is
him?
the first time she's actually spoken on her insecurities and she will give.
He said, "It's the what? First time."
I should say.
Okay, there you go.
Makes her feel loud. We spoke about it.
Poor communication.
He's like,
You didn't gather that
I'm
from the beginning.
expressing.
No, I'm just
And this is
saying.
where I feel
That's
like
what it
your
is.
anger gets the best of you because when we discuss such a conversation, it's like he doesn't want to hear it. I think
I
it
don't
definitely. No, you don't want to hear it.
Other than him going off at that restaurant with the phone,
Yeah.
otherwise he's very happy for you to see what's going on his phone. isn't he?
Oh my goodness, definitely not. Definitely not. At the mill, the same day that we were out, Jamal will have his phone on the table down, like literally can't see notification.
And do you know why?
Why?
Because you complain about work.
Oh, now you want to twist it, yeah?
No, it's
Now you
not.
want to twist it?
Oh, gosh.
Interesting. Now you're twisting it.
So Denise, obviously she complains about work so much. I thought, let me just turn my phone over so she doesn't see no notifications.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Can't win,
You still
can it?
put it out, you still open the profile, you still respond to messages, and then
What, when I'm on a date with you?
yes.
So what, are you trying to tell me that I prioritize the purpose of you?
Regardless of the fact, I can't see the contents of your phone. I can count on one hand how many times I've touched your phone in 365 days that we've been together. So,
And tell me, Jamal, are you allowed to use or touch Deborah's phone?
I don't need to.
he knows my password.
Yeah, I know your password, but I don't
Do I know yours?
I think it's open.
Okay. I don't know his password. We were meant to go to Thorpe Park. We went to Thorpe Park. He told her, I don't know why he did.
This should be
And she was
interesting.
like, oh, take my kids with you. The thing is, I wouldn't mind that if she came with us. Why are we taking her children to Thorpe Park? We're not parents. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not a mum. I feel as though, of recent, I've been sacrificing a lot of my time to look after kids that are not mine.
Paul needs his own
When you
show.
become a parent, you
No,
make
he
that
don't. Don't give him
sacrifice
that anymore,
to
like,
build your life
please.
for your children. Why am I doing that without being an actual mum? And the real mum is having fun.
Oh,
Yo, his noises.
Prior to going.
With him or with his sister?
About the situation, how it was going to happen, that he invited or however it came up.
I didn't know it was happening. He wanted us to go to a park. That was good. He went to tell his sister and she imposed her children on us. That's just my issue. And it happens many, many times. When they cry, I try and help them. And again, they don't necessarily know. They need their mom, isn't it? Like every child needs their mom. If I don't know how to shut them up, I'm a bad person. If I don't know how to make a child laugh or smile, I'm a bad person. So why the hell does she keep giving me her children?
Okay, Denise. Wow, I literally didn't expect this. And to be fair, I'm very, very disappointed in you.
Why?
First of all, let's break down the words you're using. Dump. Yeah.
Okay, maybe wrong choice of words, but
So now, if we're actually speaking about my sister that I love dearly, her children that are practically my children, and you know how much I love her children.
so why are you not taking care of them?
out of the love that you have for me, you should love them the same, and you should look after them because you love me. If you love me and you know how much I love these kids, you look after the kids. If you're talking about my sister's kids, and I know how much I love these kids, she knows how much I love these kids. If you're going to mention them, you need to be delicate, first of all. So at the end of the day, if you're a person and you know you want to have kids with me in the future, come on, like let's think about how we're going.
Right. I agree with him to a point. Yeah, because
Wait.
no.
Let's bask in this moment.
Shut up.
You agree with Paul?
To a point.
I'm joking.
Okay.
Relax.
To a point. If you're trying to form family and build future, you're all intertwined, yeah?
Yes.
His nephews, nieces are your nephews and nieces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, you can babysit occasionally here and there, but we know that there are family members who take the piss.
Oh, yes.
So I don't know if that's the case here, but that's what she's implying.
That's what it sounds like, and
That's what it
it sounds like he's
He's
oblivious
enabling
to
it.
it, or
enabling
maybe
it.
he's the one enabling
Yeah.
it. But why would he?
Looking after them and taking care of them, like, yes, happily, but don't take the mick out of my life. They're your children, and then now to insult me.
But
That
then,
I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to
in
do
all
that after I've
fairness,
spent the whole day with them.
well,
Why are they here?
Well, according to him, yeah, she has never voiced this frustration before. She's just
Well, that's
been
her
into
fault.
therapy.
She should have said that. But
She's
if
not-
that's the fact of the case, then that's not cool either.
No, it's not.
And if he's been present while that's happening,
He should
then he
speak
should
up.
speak up.
Yeah.
That's his woman at the end of the day. Whether his love for his sister is above the roof, whatever, that's still your woman, innit? Respect my partner, no?
Yeah, yeah.
End of story.
Going to approach discussing this topic. You can't just talk anyhow. Now, I'm not going to feel like, okay, I want to, try and do something with you. If this is your energy towards the... Come on.
First of all, I love these children. You know that. Okay, I love her kids.
Doesn't seem like it, but go on.
But it does though. I'm complaining that I'm with them too much because your sister's like, she doesn't value my time. And she's using that as an excuse to drop her kids off to our house.
Drop, you see?
Well, I don't know.
Drop.
What
You
should I
see?
use?
What word should she
Yeah,
use?
he's being
Oh my
extra.
god, like every 2 weeks. And sometimes they may, like on holidays, they may just stay. Do you know what I mean? Over the weekend. And the thing is, she's not at home, she's out with her girls. So I would watch her Snapchat, Instagram stories, and it's not like I'm having the kids while she's at home. She's having fun. So in other words, we're babysitting for free. Another point, this is why he would never admit that she doesn't like me.
But babe, please. I know you've got points for days, but I just have to kind of just fire in a bit. You know I love you, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I hope so, anyway.
To be honest, I feel like Trauma, she kind of steers, it's like she likes the idea of us being together married with kids, but I don't think she actually wants kids. Based on how she's describing my sister's kids right now, it's actually a put off 100%. How do you wake up and speak about kids like this right now? My sister's kids, are you okay?
Is he right to feel like that? Do you think she's spoken in a indelicate way? Undelicate, whatever.
No, I think I'll be honest with you. I'm getting dictator vibes a little bit from him.
It's very you must do. If you want this and this and this, this is how you should
Because
do.
if she's saying, okay, I love the kids, yeah, but I need my own time.
Yeah.
So, for example,
And it's not like they're being imposed. It sounds like they're not being imposed on them as a couple.
no,
They're
it's being imposed on her
solely.
Yeah. So that's where he's not being considerate
Yeah.
a little bit. It's like, yeah, you love these kids and everything, but family, you wouldn't leave you wouldn't leave chasing the bag to come babysit though.
I'm not disrespecting the children. Neither am I disrespecting your sister. I'm about to, though. That's why we're bringing up this point.
You're not gonna do anything. Let me tell you what's wrong with Trauma, right? Alright, cool. So one Christmas, couple Christmases ago, she came around to the families. I'm a tiny bit of a chef, but the ladies cooked for the day. I let them have the kitchen. So now, Trauma specifically made pasta bake, okay? But it's a Nigerian household. So majority of the people are gonna have jollof plantain. You might know.
Yeah, but there was other dishes there, babe. Don't try it.
Cool. Do you know what Trauma done, right? So when because you know Christmas generally you're looking forward to the jollof or the XYZ from my perspective personally. Then now she said, okay, because my sister didn't like the pasta bake, therefore she doesn't like her. Like, you know literally that's borderline rehab. Literally. No,
What?
respectfully, that's borderline rehab.
So I need to go to rehab.
I'm not saying you need to go.
So I made it up.
No, I'm just saying, yeah.
What?
Just the thought process behind it. It's the
Tell
thing.
me,
I'm confused.
have you always felt this way with this?
Rehabilitation for what?
Because she's crazy, that she thinks the sister doesn't like her.
There's a lot, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of disrespect flying back and forth between these guys. That's borderline rehab?
That's your guy.
You my guy. Listen, now
Everything.
that's borderline
The reason
rehab.
why I felt as though she was picking on me on Christmas was because she knew the dish I made. Yeah? She didn't like it because she watched me make it. Everybody else on that table enjoyed the pasta bake. Paul enjoyed the pasta bake. I enjoyed it. We both know it tasted really, really nice. So why she had an issue with it? It's because she watched me make it. She has an issue with the way I dress. So I wear, not necessarily all the time, but I could wear fitting clothes. I could have a little bit of cleavage out. All of a sudden it's too provocative. She dresses the same way I dress. So why is it such a problem?
Alright, babe, let me. Alright, I'll tell you where I will kind of agree, right? Well, not agree, but where I kind of have a mere understanding of where she's coming from. So, you know, basically, Trevor was on a program, a YouTube program called Backchat, right? Now, with that program, the characters on that program are sometimes it comes across like they're a bit ratchet, hood, ghetto. You know, if you get. No, I'm saying the characters, not yourself. Yeah. Now, my sister is familiar with the program. Okay, she knows that Trouble was on the program, so obviously, automatically, you're going to kind of, you know, think maybe the person is like that.
Preconceived
However,
notion, yeah.
with time, as she started to get to know Trouble, she's realised, okay, you know what, Trouble's not like that, and she's kind of, you know,
Warm to her.
yeah.
When did she warm to me? Tomorrow? Because it hasn't happened yet. When has she warmed to me? Because as of 2-3 days ago, we had a little argument. So when has she warmed to me?
I don't think it's my place to say about her previous encounters, but she's never really met up or probably experienced somebody like me.
Regardless of the fact, you do shady things. On top of that, Denise, even his clientele for fitness, I can't do it. Like, it's just too many females, and he has to go to their houses as well. Like, that for me is very uncomfortable. It's just too many females.
So wait,
I feel like
what
he needs
exactly do you want? Because it seems like do you want me or do you want the money that I'm making to buy you gifts? So if I'm not working, I'm not buying you gifts.
That's
I've got new clients.
what I'm
that are
saying.
Women. Cool, that is my market. If that's such a problem, get me clients then. Male clients. How about
I
that?
just feel like there needs to be a balance.
A balance.
She's
How
talking
many
about
how many
balance.
have female
Which clients come to him?
The female attention, let's
She knows what balance is.
It's just a word.
just bring it down a bit because you love it. You love it. You love it. You love it. Let's just.
How easy is it to get clients? I mean, presumably you advertise and then the clients come to you.
That's correct. So as I advertise market, majority of my clients come through word of mouth of social media. So they are the ones contacting me. So I'm not really in control of my client coming in. So that's what I'm saying. If Deborah has such a big issue about my ratio of male to females, help me out then.
Jamel is too booky for me. We're always having issues about females. Like, am I dating Jamel or am I dating the females that he's supposedly working with, talking to? Like, it's just too much. It's dodgy. It's weird. I'm actually getting quite annoyed. I feel like it's quite insensitive of you to kind of not understand where I'm coming from. We spoke about this. You know about the previous situationship, let's call it, seeing as I ain't been in a relationship that I've been in, and you know, like, I'm actually like a giving person. Like, I like looking after, like, you know, the guy that I'm with. But I feel like with those previous relationships, they kind of they took advantage of that. And so for that reason, when he stops doing all these things to me, I kind of feel like we're going back into that cycle. And so I find it quite insensitive because you know that and you know how that made me feel.
Is there anything else he could do? He's spoken about these very expensive presents, but is there anything else he could do to show you, to make you feel more comfortable?
Good question.
I just feel...
Wow.
I just think more straightforward answers. You know, if I ask you a question, just, you know, it's not, you have to be shaky about it. Like, just tell me where you're going. Just tell me what you're doing. Like, I don't know, like, am I doing something that you don't want to, like, I don't know why. The phone situation for me is just...
You know what's funny, yeah? When they give them the floor and they say
They have nothing to
they
say.
have nothing to
or
say.
It's difficult for them to articulate in a legible way.
So why are we even here? Why bring me here?
a strange one, but I don't know, like, I don't really want to be telling him to be more loose with his phone. Like, it should just be natural. Do you get what I mean? I don't want to tell him, you know, make sure you leave your phone on the table so that I can have a peek at it. Do you get what I mean? It should just be more natural.
I'm here for peace and tranquility, if I'm to be honest. So
Everyone wants to talk about Backchat, Paul, his mum, his sister. At the end of the day, Backchat put me on. Paul knows me because I was on Backchat, and I think I conducted myself properly on that show. Yeah, some people might have come and ruined this reputation, but for me, I conducted myself properly. I'm very respectful on Backchat and off Backchat, so I don't understand what the problem is.
I accept the fact that Trauma was on the show called Backchat, right? However, if my sister / people in general kind of paint her with that brush, then how can you blame them if you were on the program? I didn't send you there. You were there. It wasn't me. So
What's he saying, please? What's he saying?
I don't, why are you asking me? I
Because you
don't
seem
know.
to be able to interpret for him, please.
When me interpret for Paul?
What, like, how is, anyway.
Basically, what I think he's just said is, well, you decided to go onto the show,
Yeah,
so
it's
deal
your
with the
fault.
consequences.
If
If
the majority of your crew members were seen as ratchet, you also,
and you've been painted
tarred
with the same brush,
Okay. Yeah.
deal with the preconceived notions that are
Yeah.
coming your way, and
I
the
mean,
judgment
yes.
and the prejudgment.
But then also, like, now the sister is getting to know her, well, should be getting to know her on a personal level. So all that crap can go out the window.
This is where I side with Chioma, because it's like, well, I'm ratchet, right? Why are you leaving your kids
Children
with
around
me?
me. Exactly.
It makes no sense because this is someone that knows me off that platform. So you know how I genuinely am. Ideally, we should have a better relationship than we do now. But because she's such a bitch, yeah, because she's such a problem, she has an issue with me. We don't get along. And Paul does not defend me.
No.
Paul, this is the way Shoma feels. That's how she's being made to feel.
Do you want to defend Trauma? You calling my sister a bitch?
See the hand.
Yo, the Niger came out. The African came out. You want to defend Trauma and calling my sister a bitch?
No, it's about to hear.
Not at all. Oh my God. In fact, what I was going to suggest is that maybe moving forward, you could find a way of getting Shoma and your sister together in a way that would, you know, melt down this issue that Shoma's feeling.
But she wouldn't call her a bitch.
The way I see it is that could be arranged if need be.
It needs be.
You reckon?
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's respect ourselves.
Yeah.
Look, this is what it is, right? First of all, the bitch, just take that one back first.
I take it back, but you've heard my
Are
point.
you going to do it again?
What you don't do that.
Answer the question.
You see cameras around.
Okay,
chill.
wait. Was it the
Because
right
clearly
thing that you
that's-
done? No. Was it the right thing that you done?
I said
Calling my
the way
sister a bitch.
she's not okay. Listen, let me rephrase that because that might come across rude. All right, she acts like a bitch.
Oh. So
Yeah. She wants that smoke.
She wants that smoke. She acts like a bitch. She's not a bitch.
She acts like a
one.
bitch.
what's with that word?
Facts.
Is it her fault that you was on Backchat? Did she tell you to go on Backchat?
But I conducted myself properly, and
That's not the point.
Backchat
You were still there.
So what does that mean? I'm proud to have been there. What's your point?
Excuse me.
So let's put some respect on back chat and stop trying to talk about it like it's one piece of rubbish that they couldn't have a chance to be on anyway.
This is not going to work if you're both talking at the same time. So just for a second, please, let's calm it down a little bit and let's talk rationally.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to be cheeky, by the way.
Carry on. He's literally giving you a floor to speak. So speak.
Are you going to let me speak or do you want to speak over me? Okay. The moral of the story, right, if you want to break it down in a nutshell, just the way she talks about stuff, okay, the kids, we're dumping the kids, the sister, she's a bitch. Come on. Like, anyone with half of a brain knows who is the antagonizing person in this situation.
Shoma, can you appreciate what he just said?
Why would I have a reason to lie on your sister? Do you not think I want a good relationship with your sister? She's just literally given us an opportunity where you can arrange a meeting where me and your sister can get together and have a talk. And you've just said if needs be. I've explained to you that I feel some type of way, and you're not acknowledging that. You don't acknowledge anything when it comes to your family. So in other words, they can treat me like shit and I should respect them. Why? Because we're Nigerian? No, because at the end of the day, I'll be very honest. Your sister's really treading on thin ice right now. Because I'm only respecting her.
You want to go again?
No,
Okay.
babe.
No, I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you.
Listen. Because I'm only respecting her because I love Paul and I respect his family. Yeah, but the way she's treating me, we're not far off of age, first of all, and I'm an adult. So you're not going to speak down on me because I'm dating your brother. I have brothers. I don't speak down on their partners. So I feel like she has too much shoulder in my relationship, and you need to tell her that it's you and I dating. I'm not dating your sister. Your sister and I don't have sex.
Can I just put...
She can't please you the way I'm pleasing you, so she needs to stay out. You need to tell her. Sorry.
Can I just put a spanner in the works here?
What card
Your
is that?
sister obviously cares a lot for you.
Are you taking your sister's
And it could be, I'm not saying it is, but it could be that your sister is actually worried about losing her brother to...
I think so. I think it's
the
jealousy.
girlfriend. So actually, she loves you so much that she doesn't want someone to come in between you.
With my sister, we have a very good relationship. We've been together since I was born, right?
So let her marry you then. I don't understand. How has your sister got to do with this?
Let me finish. Now, when you really think about it, in theory, she's seen all of my exes. So, she's seen a pattern. She knows what I want out of a relationship. She knows what I want in terms of goals. So, obviously, if I'm going to pick a long-term life partner, right, and Choma, we're both married into each other's families, I think it's within her right to have an oversee on what could potentially be.
Honestly,
What?
I don't know what kind of relationship.
Did he just say his sister has a right to oversee his relationship?
Yes.
The fuck? Why?
Because she's his sister. She knows him. She knows what he wants.
Oh my god. I'm speechless,
He's bringing
man.
the old school traditional African mentality too much.
Yeah.
Like you can respect
the mentality.
your sister's opinion, but why is she involved in what you two are doing or not doing?
Yeah. He's bringing in that destructive part, that destructive side of that mentality, that the African mentality.
When outside people, family members or not, getting involved
in your relationship. You know what I'm talking about. The bit that we need to get rid of.
Yeah.
That's what he's paying emphasis to.
I mean, I'm not insinuating anything, but it's a bit suspicious to me. Because I don't understand why she's in every single conversation we have. And he's always defending her. I mean, I'm your girl, defend me. At least once in a while, do you know what I mean? If that's what Paul wants, and that's, I don't know, maybe that's how they deal with each other and their family, I should be made aware, So if my brothers were maybe slapping you every day, you would be happy about that.
Did my sister slap you?
No, she hasn't slapped me because she wouldn't dare.
So
she wouldn't dare slap me. What I'm trying to say is, if my family was involved so much, like your sister, not even your family, your sister, you would have an issue with that. Knowing him, he would probably leave me. because it's just too much to handle. Okay? The thing is, she hasn't even given me a chance from the jump. Do you understand? So
That's why I'm saying it would be, helpful to find a way of diffusing this emotion that you're feeling towards your sister.
Denise,
if she's not going to be respectful in my house, then she can stop coming.
Denise, what you're failing to understand is that there's this toxicness coming out of Choma towards my sister. The energy's going that way. It's not coming back. She needs to deal with what's inside her first, and then we can move on to heal the world. Choma, you need healing.
I need healing.
To heal
I need healing from who? From your sister?
From yourself.
No, let me tell you something. I will heal perfectly if you stop her from coming to the house. Honestly, I won't complain again. If I don't have to see your sister again, maybe except Christmas and our wedding day, because we're getting married, then she doesn't, I will heal.
Okay, babe.
I won't have an issue with that, honestly, true to God. If you can do that for me, babe, then I'm fine. Since you don't want to listen.
Babe.
Pardon?
Paul would have an issue with that.
Well, then he's not taking into account what I am saying.
Babe.
His sister hates me.
Babe.
And he thinks that it's normal.
Babe, you need healing, babe.
Go away, man, because you're not listening to me.
He's been a little bit.
The fact that she's bringing us here and she keeps on bringing it up, those are the type of things that she needs to deal with within herself. Self-healing, basically. That's what she needs to practice for herself. Because if you're still bringing up stuff since lying out long, come on, how are we going to move on?
Deborah's never had a boyfriend before, and I feel like that is taking almost a toll within our relationship. All these expectations and expecting me to do particular things. Like, where's she actually getting these ideas from?
Where's she getting these ideas from?
Like watching things on TV. Like, Deborah has this unrealistic view on relationships.
Watching The Bachelor and all
Like, I
this.
just don't understand like who's in her ears, her family, social media. Like, she's never actually experienced one. This is her first chance to actually experience one. Like, I'm tired of her just having this superficial opinion on what relationships are when she's never really been in one.
Is there a reason that you have never had a boyfriend before?
I don't know. I don't know the reason, but I have siblings. All my sisters, they all have boyfriends. So there's an expectation and there's a standard of guy that I'm going for. And I've expressed that to Jamal.
What's that got to do?
I
She
feel
mentioned
like
her sisters.
experiencing something compared to just seeing around you is two different things. I've explained to her this before, like what it takes to be.
I'm in a relationship. We've been together for a year.
You know what I mean?
Okay, Jamal, I find it quite insensitive. Jamal knows a lot about my past and my past situationships, let's call it, seeing as I haven't been in a relationship.
Tell me about that.
So, at a point in time, I lived with my auntie and my uncle, and I saw their relationship, and I did not like what I saw. I saw that my auntie would do everything for her husband, from the finances, from washing his clothes, the housework, and for me, I kind of vowed to myself, like, that's not a relationship. I don't want to ever be that the woman doing.
So what she decided to do is flip it the other way.
Yeah.
For the man to do everything for her.
Yeah, it's still unbalanced, right?
Exactly.
In a relationship.
Very imbalanced.
And for that reason, I'm very particular about how I want my guy to be. And actually, to answer your question, I think that's why my previous situationships, let's call it, hasn't worked. I was manipulated by this guy. I feel like he took advantage of me. There's a lot of things that he did and I found myself doing, which is what I said I did not want to do. So one of the reasons why I did get with Jamel is because he didn't show me that at the start of the relationship. He was being that male figure. He was looking after me. He was buying me the gifts. So it's like now when he's kind of like backtracking, it's very uncomfortable for me and, like I said, insensitive, because you know how I felt at that time and you kind of met me after I came out of that situation with that guy. So...
Well, I'm sorry for making you feel like that, but I feel like just coming from that place, I definitely understand it.
So yeah, episode 3. What's your take so far?
Just it just boils down to people not hearing each other, not listening to each other. Misplaced values also, especially in terms of Deborah.
Yeah. Listen, episode 3, from episode 1.
And lack of trust.
Put it this way,
Definitely.
episode 3 isn't really showing me anything I didn't already.
You couldn't already guess.
You can already guess from episode 1. So, my guy, there's another theme here, like people letting outside influences dictate their relationship. So Deborah, it's her friend
bestie.
Mansa.
Yeah.
With your best friend Paul is his sister.
That's never a recipe for happiness at all.
There's a lot. There's a lot working against these guys and these couples. They've got a lot working against them. Like, I don't even know how they're gonna.
How they've survived this.
How they've survived this long and how they're gonna continue to survive.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Like, to the point of it's getting disrespectful.
It got disrespectful. And some things you can't take back. Like, some things you can't. If the sister didn't like her before, hey, you sure as hell don't like her now.
Yeah, but well, I mean, she said, what's it she said when he said you need healing or something, and she said, if I don't see your sister ever again,
then she'll be healed. Or if I only see her Christmas and annual holidays, basically. But yeah, so let us know what you thought of that episode and our reaction. Leave comments down below, like and subscribe,
all of that good stuff,
and we'll see you in.
Let us know if you're in a toxic relationship like this, or if you've ever been in one similar to this.
Yes, and how did that end for you?
Let us